Alpha. Soldier, look where you're going. Stay with us. Come on, there's nothing out there. Move back here. Hey, we got a war to fight. Get back here, soldier. Hey, come back. We got a battle to win. What are you doing? Heads up, hostile soldier due north of your location.
You want some of this? Look out, grenade!
We were originally gonna release it when Paradox released their menu, but Paradox never released their BF4 menu. Just freeze. I did. Ugh. Fuck Casey. Yep, Casey's fucking bullshit. Yeah, we're currently having a problem with the fucking the hook for drawing pre-game. Come on, restart. Yeah, Synful went to sleep. Usually I'd be in a call with him, just talking about stuff. I haven't been active because I haven't had internet. So he's just been working on the menu, mainly by himself. So I'm just now getting back to having my internet. So I can do more live streams of just showcasing what we've done. Mainly all we've worked on really is behind the scenes stuff. So nothing really too new. We made it so then you can now use the uh, this is an SPRX. We've just been working behind the scenes stuff, kind of making the menu more smooth and not as buggy, but in doing that, Casey broke the menu even more. Synful broke the menu even more. You know, very fun. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, making the menu more stable. It's kind of a pain in the ass because the way Battlefield it handles SPRXs is like completely different than Call of Duty. Pretty much making a Call of Duty SPRX is pretty simple, but then once you get into like doing like Battlefield is way different. Are we unlocked?
Objective Charlie has been neutralized.
Yeah, we fully implemented the fly. It was kind of a... It was a private thing that we didn't have public because of how broken it could be, make the game. But then we decided to not really care and just release it, because this community is pretty old. So... we're just like, why not? Unlock all. It's exactly like the RTM tool version, where it unlocks all attachments for how you have it enabled. But so basically when you turn it on, you can use all the attachments for the weapons, but you can't, like, weapons that you use to unlock the stuff, you can't use, but you can use all the attachments and cameras. So like say I don't have the M4A1 or the M416, but then I turn unlock all on, and I select the M416, I won't spawn in with it because I don't have the weapon. But say I have like the MTAR here, and then I turn on unlock all, well, it'll give me all the attachments, and I could use all the attachments and spawn in with the attachments, but when I turn it off, they'll go away, I believe. It's kind of weird the way it works. Like, you can't use it to unlock weapons, but you can use it to unlock attachments for just that session. It's really buggy. And it's not like sticky where like you can give it on someone's account basically. And since everything in this game is based on like being connected to a server, that's why there's no account modding. So yeah, I had to get to level whatever 75 by myself. Hopefully I don't freeze here. Oh, I didn't freeze. Okay. Yeah, one thing is we're trying to do, so we have a new hook for drawing the HUD up there in the top left. We're trying to make it so then the draw, because the draw function kind of breaks when you're in the deploy screen. Like, it only wants to draw sometimes, but then once you spawn in, it fixes itself and then like draws. So sometimes the loadout menu won't draw, and it's just kind of really buggy. So Casey went and found another draw function, and he's using that now, but it's really broken, and then it freezes you sometimes, so we're trying to like make it more stable. And then sometimes the ESP, if you draw too much to the HUD, it just like dies and doesn't draw the HUD at all. Other than just like the draw function being broken, or the pregame, once you fix the pregame, this menu will be pretty stable. like it'd be ready for release. We're just trying to get all the bugs out first, and then we could just do like a basically a version 1 release. Quad white. Yes, we have E7i or Elite. We gave it to him to showcase, and then we gave it to, was it Julius Mod? Showcase? He's having problems with it right now. Yeah, Mr. Julius Mod is the other one. We just have 2 people right now. You'd have to talk to Synful in the Discord about showcasing privately right now. I'm just the guy that kind of makes the menu designing. I do all the menu designing, cleaning up code, while he does all like the background making functions work. Since he's better at C++ than me. I just make it look good, basically. He's not really good at making design and stuff. Yeah, Synful. He's the other owner inside the Discord. Look in the Discord. He's asleep right now, as what I know. He went to bed like about an hour ago. Yeah, when we first made this menu, we were going off the Menace source. That was like the version 1. It was kind of just between me and him. It was kind of like a side project, like, oh, what could we do with this source? Basically, like, make it better. And then we had Trojan041, the guy that works with XBL Online, XB Online, that makes the... It's XP Online for Battlefield. He makes that menu, and he has all the flying on there. He converted the flying from PC to Xbox, and then me and Synful had his help converting it to PC or PS3. He's also like helped us with stuff with Battlefield. Trojan. I did a showcase a while back on his version 1 of his Battlefield menu. It was just simply like unfair aimbot with like UAV and no draw function. This was before Menace got released. But yeah, we made a menu using the Menace source. And then Trojan, and Synful, we all made a new base using basically from scratch. We made a base. Kind of like a new way of doing it, where you have all the add functions and all that. So it's easy to add stuff to the menu. Kind of like a new way people are making menus, like on video too. Like if you ever looked at the, what menu was that? The Paradise source? I know they do the add functions that way. But, yeah. We made a new base, and then it kind of was like crap. We kind of ditched it and made another base that didn't use the add functions and all that. And that worked. And then Casey wanted to add the add function version to it. We made another base. And then we found, through Kiwi Mods, we contacted him. And he's been helping us out with like button monitoring and stuff. So now we have a new version of button monitoring that when you open the menu, it doesn't actually like it doesn't press anything, like when you press up and down. Going up and down in the menu, it doesn't actually like do anything in-game. It disables the in-game controls. Ow, that was weird. And he helped us with that, and that was a pain in the ass to get working, because we had to completely rewrite the menu and how button monitoring worked. Movement. Okay, so movement has this off, teleport, and fly. Fly is pretty self-explanatory. We have flying. It used to be binded to L1 or R1, I think. But right now, we have it binded to pushing forward on the left stick. So like as walking forward, you would fly forward. Casey just added that. You just like fly. Oh.
Hey, come back here. We need you over here, soldier.
I don't know how Casey does it, but he gets under the map on this. Yeah, I know. He gets under the map. I don't know how.
We need you here. Come back, soldier.
Yeah, flying is like, it was a thing on PC. But have function. Yeah, the visible players. That's actually one thing Casey's been working on is proper ray casting. So basically a proper visible check. Because right now we're just using the in-game M-oculated, which basically means when a player's bones are valid. Because if you look on the bone ESP, whenever a player becomes visible, the bones show up, basically, when they're unoculated. So, we're just using that. We're trying to get raycasting, it's just really hard to reconstruct, like reverse engineer visible checks, basically. Like a big old pain in the butt. Every time Casey tries doing it, he just freezes. I know Trojan got it working. He got proper raycasting, but he won't tell us how to do it because he's probably not going to help us anymore with this menu if we released it. RIP. So there's a visible check, but it's only like the M-oculated one. Like the default visible check. Right now it's a priority by default. It's a priority check, which is prioritizes visible, so-called visible people over distance. Yeah, I'm using a PS4 controller. There's actually a funny story behind that. Is the PS4 controller? I added an option. I forced Casey to add an option in here, which is swap buttons, which basically swaps the triggers in the menu. So then aimbot works with L2 and R2 instead of R1 and L1. Because I use a PS4 controller and he uses a PS3 controller. Because I like the feel of the PS4 controller better than the PS3 one. Other than that, it's kind of like, whatever. Yeah, the PS button doesn't work, that's just kind of a shame. The next thing I want to do is add, like, there is a chat. Custom messages are broken right now because don't know exactly why it's broken, but before we used to be able to pull up a keyboard and type whatever we want. I showed it off in one showcase, but once we switched over to the new button monitoring, it just broke completely. And we don't know why. That is nasty. Just completely broke the custom messages, so all we have is like predefined messages, which is the Paradox uses menace source, which they do. The Paradox menu literally is the menace source, but just with the Paradox theme. You just copy and pasted from his COD menu, and then he added an auto shoot, but. Yeah, I'll put in the microwave, please. Bobby's dead. They're just. Seems to be stable. It's just this freezes sometimes. I'm sure if Kiwi would help us a bit, or Elite. I mean, they don't really fuck with Battlefield, so. I think Casey was saying that it only works on Conquest right now. I don't know for sure. Because I think Exile from Paradox, he showcased it on Steam Deathmatch, his menu. I'm not 100% sure. It was like just like a picture, and then Tigsy reviewed it, I know. And the one thing I wanted to do, but I never got around to it, was I wanted to take the menace source and make Paradox from it. I'm pretty good at theming stuff, so I was gonna make a Paradox source out of it, and then release it and say I have the Paradox source to BF4 and release it, but it's literally just a menace rip, just a meme 'em. Yeah, see, it's not drawing. It's triggering me. We'll probably leave in the give weapons. So basically what the give weapons does is it gives you the use sauce from the campaign, because you can spawn campaign weapons in from multiplayer. And then it gives you battle pickups as a secondary, which is the Rorsch, the USAS with the frag rounds, MR2 mid, and the M8, the M82 Barrett. And then for gadgets, I have the RAR, and the, what is it, the AT4 they call it, Javelin, and the Stinger. And then I also give it in the grenade, the same weapons in the grenade slot. You can set weapons to the grenade slot. And then icicle. Why not? And then we also have invisibility. Even shit. This map. Oh, we're getting destroyed. Aim prediction for the aimbot, they're kind of broken. Still working on it.
We have neutralized objective Bravo.
We got weapon spoof fully working, so if you have unfair enabled, whenever you kill a player, it'll kill them with their own
Bravo is
weapon.
now ours.
So like in the kill feed, it'll show the weapon they are holding. Like that guy was using an AK-12. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, they're all in vehicle. Oh, did I? Oh yeah, you can also spawn in with different classes. You wanna check? Hardline is actually really... No one's ever made a menu on Hardline. We would think that wouldn't be that much different. Oh, that guy's a dumbass. Fuck. Inverted. You can kind of spam the stinger. You just
We have neutralized objective Echo.
hang. Just constantly hit square on the left and just spam rocket. Yep. PC broke connection. That's it.
Objective Echo has now been neutralized.
Hardline, I don't even want to think about that.
Objective Echo is under our control.
The only thing I really... Yeah. The aimbot, we didn't really change that much. We kind of EMP'd from PC. PC... PC is not really that much different. It's just, a lot of codes are from PC. It's just the different classes are different. Because everything about Battlefield is literally classes and pointers. Like, it's insane. And if you call a null pointer, instantly freeze. Like that. It's pretty insane. That's how Menace source is so unstable. Because we went through the code, me and Casey, and we're, dude, this code isn't just the BF3 aimbot. Oh yeah, I've seen a few videos of that. But yeah, the Menace source, it's very unstable. It has really bad null pointer checks, so like really bad checks for basically to check if you're gonna freeze if you call something. Abby, move. Oh. Because literally with the... It's all about checking addresses, basically. That's what null pointer checks are. And if you call an address that's 0 or something that's out of memory, you freeze. And... Oh, we're playing on this map? Sweet. Yeah, and Menace, they only check for, I think it's... I think it only checks for, like, 0 to make sure it checks if the address is 0, which a lot of the time the address will not be 0, it'll be like, it could be like an address out of memory, and then you'll freeze. Easy. This is actually a really good map for hangouts now. Yeah, unfair mode actually works in vehicles. So like if there's a player like I think the Jeeps, like if you're in the Jeep with the MG mounted on the back, oh that's gold, pure gold. Because the unfair aimbot works with those vehicles, if you set it up correctly. And the way to set up that is you should disable the key and disable snap. The snap doesn't work in vehicles. We haven't gotten aimbot working in vehicles yet. And you just put the unfair to all. I'll show flying. Why do I have... Vehicle ESP, we're slow. Something that's hard. I found code for it on PC, it's just trying to convert it to PS3. It's just a pain in the ass.
We have just taken control of Objective Charlie.
I don't need prediction. Let's see if I can try and do anything. If you fly into a vehicle at high enough speed, you'll actually destroy it. Yeah, see, I just did it right. I do it.
Just neutralized Objective Alpha.
I know you can do it with tanks. You can just fly into a tank and it destroys it. Vehicles are probably harder. I can find a tank. Oh man, I'm on the map.
You're leaving the AO. Get back here, soldier. Objective Charlie has been lost.
I destroy it? Yep, I destroyed it. There we go. Yeah, you have to hit it like with your player and it'll destroy the tank.
We've taken control of Objective Charlie.
Oh, he's in a dick.
Hostile AA west of your position. Hey, come back here. We need you over here, soldier.
I'm gonna try to do this.
We've lost Objective Echo.
Oh, man, I'm on the map. Did I do it? I think I destroyed it. I did.
Hey, soldier, where you going? We need you
Yeah,
over
if you
here.
fly fast enough to destroy a vehicle. Oh. I damaged it. I killed myself in the process. Here, I'll go this way. I'll go cap.
Objective Delta is neutralized. Be advised, taking objective Bravo. Objective Bravo has been neutralized.
You can always just shoot it. I think the best way to not die in this game is if you take a blowtorch and then have self-heal on. You basically have god mode. Unless you get shot in the face with a sniper rifle. The way self-heal works is if you fire your weapon, it sends packets to the server that you're giving negative damage to yourself, which heals you.
Listen up. Objective Echo has just been neutralized.
Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all that we've added to the menu. Just applying, and we've just been working on back-end stuff. Trying to make the game more stable.
Objective Delta has just been lost.
Someone spawned. Actually, yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm probably gonna get off and eat some dinner. And hungry. I don't know exactly when this will release this. It's whenever Casey feels like it, or Synful feels like it. I know once it's in the release, this game is gonna get absolutely butt fucked by modders. And if we do release it, I don't think Exile will ever release his menu. being completely honest, because there's no point in people buying his menu if there's a free version, there's a free menu out that's better than his. I think his menu might have raycasting, like visible checking fully working. Doing that. People are just gonna use this menu over Paradox. One thing we need to get working is vehicle ESP. But I don't really understand matrices that much. Kind of a headache for me. Oh, they have a command. I'm just glad there's not an admin in this one.
Soldier, where are you going?
But yeah, we do have a working admin list.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
Enemy is
Mark one
targeting
of our
me.
guys as a HVT.
But
Be advised, we've just neutralized Objective Bravo.
what? That's why I thought. Jeez. Rocket just goes through the blades. Okay.
There's a message!
I would not have. You're late.
Soldier, where are you going? Gotta have you over here. We've just lost Objective Bravo.
spawn beacon in here.
Listen up. Objective Charlie is neutralized. Listen up. We've just lost objective Alpha. Okay, we're taking control of objective Delta. We have taken objective Alpha.
Yeah, I'll probably just leave it here. I'm gonna get off for the night.
Has just been neutralized.
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Have
A
eyes
very,
on hostile
very
helicopter.
late dinner.
Keep them in your position. Get back here. We need you, Prince Soldier. Guys, we have lost objective Alpha. We need you here. Come back, soldier.
Alright guys.